is to be willing to get outside of your comfort zone and actually learn things about people different than you. There's lots of ways to do it. Read books, talk to people who are different than you do, watch videos, go to festivals, interact. There's many ways to do it. Get on the internet, have chats. But that's still not quite enough. So Dorothy and the Scarecrow go down the yellow brick road a little further. Well, as they get down the yellow brick road just a little bit further, they start hearing some moaning and groaning, and they're trying to figure out where it's coming from. Well, the next major character, and by the way, this will tell me how many times you saw the movie, the next major character was the Tin Man. Thank you very much. So they find the oil can, and they put it in the strategic places for the Tin Man so he could start moving around and start talking. Well, the Tin Man didn't know how much he needed the Munchkins. Now remember I told you the Munchkins represent all the people in your life, especially those people that you'll be leading? You see, the Tin Man perhaps made an assumption. Perhaps he made an assumption that he was better than the Munchkins. And you know, sometimes when we wear certain uniforms, you all look so handsome. When we wear uniforms and we get a certain reaction from people, we sometimes might think, I'm a little better than the rest of the folks. That's right about when the common sense went out the door. Well, the Tin Man might have had those thoughts, you see, because the Tin Man was rather tall. So he figured, you know, I'm better than those Munchkins. What he didn't realize was that he needed every one of those Munchkins, because every time he started to rust, he needed somebody to give him some oil. And if you get too stuck with believing what other people say about you, simply because you're cadets at West Point, simply because you look good in a uniform, if you start believing it, guess what? Folks are going to act just like the Munchkins. They're going to pass you by. So that means you got to slow down enough to connect with individuals, get to know them as people, not simply as titles and not simply by nicknames.